one post not too long ago that talked about how you're making your 6 figures a year because you have these multiple streams of income. And I definitely believe, because I do have a marketing background, I definitely believe your marketing is helping out. So what are some things and some tips that you would want to give people to help with their marketing and marketing their business? Hey y'all, my name is Shantae, and on today's episode of The Conversation, we're talking about business and the importance of having multiple streams of income. But before we get into that, if you have not already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also the notification button so you can stay up to date with my latest posts on this channel. All right, so let's get started. Joining the conversation to talk about entrepreneurship and having multiple streams of income is the founder and owner of Tiffany LaSha's styling studio, is Tiffany LaSha. Thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's just jump in. So the first question I have for you is, how many businesses do you have? And just tell us a little bit about all of them.
Okay, so again, like she said, my name is Tiffany Morrison, and so my main business is my beauty salon. I'm a hair salon owner here in Greensboro, North Carolina. So that is my main source of income. There, I have different branches within there where I do retail products. I sell Brazilian hair. I sell lashes. I sell basically all things that women would like when they come get a hair service that I think would go along with that service. And then I have a few businesses that are branched off of that. So in the fitness world, I am a hip hop instructor. I do extreme fitness under Phil. So that is another business that I have. And then also in conjunction with fitness, I also sell TLC products. A lot of people hear about the company Total Life Changes. So we sell wellness products, pills to help with weight loss, detox, and things of that nature.
Okay.
So those are 3.
All right, sounds good. If you don't mind, so why do you feel like it's important to have those multiple areas of your business? Because you have, you do hair, then you sell hair and lashes and the weight loss. Why do you think having those different streams of income is important, especially during a time where we have a pandemic?
Yes. So before even the pandemic hit, it was already important because you just never know when things will happen. You just never know how the world is, the market is, what people need. So for me, it's very important because if 2020 didn't teach us anything, it taught us that we couldn't rely just on one thing. So there are times where I sell more hair than I actually do hair. There are more times where, I have a goal to meet and then the lashes make up for it. So there are different things and areas that I have goals to meet in. And just for life, I'm a mother. Like, I have to invest in my future. I want to leave a legacy for them. So it's important for people of all ages to have multiple streams of income.
Yeah, I agree. So in your opinion, what are some mistakes that you wish you could have avoided in business?
So one of the biggest mistakes that I learned within my business was like not knowing how to do like LLC research versus trademark research, because I had an incident where my, like she mentioned, my salon and my brand is Tiffany LaSha, but prior to that, it was called The Beauty Encounter. It was a name that I grew up liking, and I had already said, this is what I'm going to name my business. And I operated under that business for 3 years until I finally made a website for it. And then I got hit with a lawsuit. Like, you literally have 10 days to change the name of your business. And so I had to go through a whole process of like trying to find an attorney, seeing if I could beat the case and all of that. But it boiled down to, I just went ahead and changed my name. So I had to go through a rebranding process all over again. So I'm seeing that a lot. Like, we aren't knowing like exactly how to research for our business and what exactly this means as far as LLC, trademark, sole proprietorship, all of that.
Yeah, that's good. And so it seems like So you're talking about you had some issues with the trademark, and I remember you telling me that as well when you used to be go under the Beauty Encounter name.
Right.
What do you think are some avenues people can take to kind of avoid that? I know you said research. Do you think some of these acceleration programs, because it just seems like you can go to school to get a business degree, you can go to school to be an accountant and all these things. They even have entrepreneurial focus areas in college.
Right.
But
Right.
it just seems, and I've taken some of these classes, and it seems like it doesn't really prepare you to run that business. And so where can people go to find out this information so you don't get hit with a lawsuit? Because that's major. You don't have to go get a lawyer and all these things.
Right. And I actually didn't go through any of these classes. Like, social media helped me so much. Like, sometimes we just think things are going to fall in our lap, but the internet really has a lot of helpful information. Like, there are so many support groups, and there are people who are literally out here making sure we know this information. Like, when I get on my Instagram, I'm seeing trademark attorneys left and right just popping up, and they are willing to give you, I mean, people have specific groups for it. So I would suggest, I'm probably going to keep saying research. So research what area you want to be in and focus on that main thing, because a lot of people try to ask me, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? And honestly, with the hair world, a lot of the certificates and licenses that I had to have were they were very easy for me to get. But some of the more major things that people are open up, there are a lot of regulations, go online, go to the Secretary of State, type those things in, search the trademark bars. Like, all of this stuff is available for you to go out and search and get that information.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And so what are some challenges that you face specifically in the hair industry, or are there any challenges that's just specific to that industry? And how did you overcome those challenges?
So there are definitely major challenges in the hair industry because the competition is just so grand. It's like every day 1,000 new hairstylists pop up. Shops are opening up left and right. No longer do people want to work. Suites are the big thing now. Like, everybody wants a little small cubicle to put their name on and say, I'm a business owner, versus working together and building something together. So that has been a major challenge. My business has been open 7 years. And I could say probably a year or maybe a year and a half out of the whole 7 years, I've been fully staffed. There has been times where I have been in there literally by myself, or just having one person with me when I could house 4 people max. So that has definitely been a major challenge, is like keeping retention, keeping stylists in the salon and not hopping around. And I would say that I overcome that by just believing in myself and knowing that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and this is what I truly desire and have a passion to do. So I just make it my own. I think that's the biggest thing in any industry, is make it your own, because it's always someone else out there doing it.
Right. Okay. Nice. And so you have a real social media presence. You're on Instagram, Facebook, you have the YouTube going, everything. You're on TikTok. I see you all over. And I think that's great. And I saw one post not too long ago that talked about how you're making your 6 figures a year because you have these multiple streams of income. And I definitely believe, because I do have a marketing background, I definitely believe your marketing is helping out. So what are some things and some tips that you would want to give people to help with their marketing and marketing their business?
One thing that I'm learning about marketing is that, and this is one thing I tell a lot of hairstylists all the time, is like, I'm not the best hairstylist in the world. I believe that I do good, but I know I'm not the best. But sometimes people come to you because of who you are, your personality, what you portray, what your story is. I have a background of, being a single mother. So sometimes single mothers are just drawn to me. They can't wait to get in my chair and talk to me about that. So I would suggest just not always being about business. I don't want nobody selling something to me all the time. Like, I want to know who you are. I want to know that you're friendly. I want to know, like, when I come to you, I want to feel welcome. So I think that's very important when it comes down to marketing, is just showing different aspects of who you are. So that's helped in my favor a lot.
Yeah, that's good. And just to kind of speak on, since you mentioned being a single mama, um, how do you balance? Because you have a lot going on. We were just talking about that before we got on this call. You have
Yes.
your businesses, you have 2 kids. I know you're involved in ministry as well. So
Yeah.
how do you balance being a mom, being a business owner with multiple streams of income, multiple businesses? How do you balance it all? How do you prioritize?
Okay. So the first thing I would say when it comes down to me stating that I'm a single mom, I say that in a sense of I'm single by relationship status. However, I do still have help. So my kid's dad, he still has, his days out of the week, and I have a good support system. However, there are still things in my business that I'm able to draw back from, which is another reason why multiple streams are so amazing, is because I'm able to cut my days. So I work 4 days a week in the salon, and then Saturday is a half a day. So I get to spend that Saturday with my children. I make sure that I do something with them, whether it's in the house or going out. And, sometimes I take breaks. I'm having a vacation here or with my workout fitness group. I told them the last month in March, I'm resting. We got 5 weeks in there. So I'm like, we doing 4 and I'm resting. So you just have to create that balance, because you will wear yourself down to the ground if you do not do that. It's very important.
That's good. So I'm just wondering, what made you want to go into those particular businesses? Because you have the fitness, you have the hair, and I just want to make sure we're kind of also coaching in this call. So
Right.
what made you want to go into those industries? Because is it important to go into industries that you're passionate about, or can you kind of just try some things out?
I would definitely not encourage you to just be out here just pulling things together like I had. And one thing about me is that before I make decisions, I'm always talking to somebody about it. Do you think this is a good idea? Will this fit? Is it going to look like I'm doing too much? So for me, when people come into the hair salon, we talk hair, we talk beauty, and we talk weight loss. We want to talk about our bodies, being healthy. So I felt like even before becoming a fitness instructor, we were always sharing health tips. And the fitness that I do is almost like dancing. I'm a dancer. I do ministry and flag. So it's like everything coincides with each other. And my slogan, I always talked about, beauty coming from the inside out. So taking care of our bodies is essential. Wellness is essential. And then beauty, it makes us feel good. So I feel like they all coincide with each other. But if you trying to do fitness and then just all over the place, sometimes it just really does not work.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. And so how long have you been in business? You said 7 years, right? For your hair salon? Okay.
Yes.
So what would you recommend for somebody? Let's say they're watching this video and they're saying, okay, well, I just want to start a business, but I don't know what I want to do, and I don't really know how to start. What are, let's say, top 3 tips that you would give somebody who's trying to figure out what to go into business for, and then next, how do you get started?
Okay, so in figuring out what you want to go into business for, and you probably heard this before and you don't want to hear it, but sometimes you have to think about that thing you would be willing to do for free. Because all times you won't always be making the type of money that you want. And it might take years to make the type of money that you want. So what is that thing that's going to give you the drive when you wake up in the morning and say, this is what I'm going to do. It's going to work. Because that's going to fuel you to keep going for it every day. Secondly, make a plan. If you don't have a plan, it is going to fail. Like I still have to write down things every month. And if it doesn't come to pass, I transfer that to the next month before making new goals. Because sometimes if we don't hit it, we just say, oh, forget that. Let me make a new one. So I just try to keep striving for that. And then thirdly, have a mentor, have someone who is succeeding in that industry. Stop being afraid to reach out to people. Everybody wants to say, oh, I got it on my own. That does not work. It does not work. You need community. You need help. I'm always seeking women who are doing better than me and higher than me, because that's where I'm going. So those 3 things is what I would suggest.
So how do you find a mentor? Because it seems like I hear that all the time. Just find a mentor. Like, what do you do to find them? Do you contact them on social media? Do you give them a call? How do you even get that connection?
So and I hate to keep saying social media, but that's like really what's prevalent in our society today. Like,
yeah,
those who are wanting to be coaches, they're putting themselves out there as coaches. And the good thing about finding a mentor is that you get to be selective. If you write someone and say, hi, and you have to be professional about it. Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm a hairstylist. I've been in business 7 years. I've been watching you, and you seem to have this type of knowledge. This is where I'm going. Just explain yourself, what you're looking for. If they don't get back to you, okay, move on. That's, so I would say search have a list of women that and you can have multiple. So you're going to have to put yourself out there, I would say, because not too many times are they just grabbing us and saying, hey,
exactly.
Come up under my wing. So,
and if they are, it's probably a scam.
Exactly. So it might take being uncomfortable if you're uncomfortable, but hey, if it's in the email, they can't see you. They don't know who you are. It's okay. It's okay.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So any closing advice for anyone interested in business? Is any last words before we end this call?
I would just say, if you are, looking to start a business or desiring to start a business, it's just, being a spiritual person, seek God, pray about it, really search and see what it is that you can bring new to the table, because it's something that everybody has that someone needs. So add that into your business and just go for it, and just go for it every single day with the most capacity that you could go and that you could give. And just believe in yourself, because if you don't do that, it's not going to work either. So believe in yourself as well.
All right, Tiffany. Well, that's all I got for today. I really appreciate you doing this. Hopefully a lot of people's going to get a lot of good information about how to start a business and the importance of having those multiple streams of income. All right.
Right.
So thank you so much. And you have a good one. Bye.
Bye.